Hello, I am Dr. David Lawrence, Superintendent of Dayton Public Schools. Welcome to DPS's The Next Level. It's our weekly podcast. I shouldn't say weekly. I don't get to it every week. But it's a podcast that we have where we highlight all of the major players in our district, all 2,600 people, from kids to nutrition services to, guess what? Today we're here with transportation. And I call transportation part of the big four. There are four things that you can't get away with in terms of trying to run a school. You have to have these groups to run a school. One is nutrition services. No food, no school. The next is custodian. Just imagine if the trash truck stopped running in Dayton, and imagine if we didn't have clean schools. So custodians and nutrition services. Now listen, secretaries run the district. So that's the other group. No secretaries, no school. And then finally, the final of the big four is transportation. If no one picks you up, then there's no school. And if no one drops you off, there's no school, no sports, no field trips, zip, nothing, nada. So I'm here with one of the big four, and they're going to introduce themselves. And then I'm going to walk you through what really goes on in transportation and all the amazing things that they do. So starting to my right, with Princess, please go around and introduce yourselves and tell us how long you've been with the district.
I'm Princess Billingsley. I've been here since 2016. My name is Siobhan Sims. I've been with the district since 2017, but I only been in transportation for 2 years.
I'm Jovan Robinson. I've been with the district 3 years, going on 4.
My name is Michael Ray. I've been with
You forgot something. Michael Ray Robinson.
This is Michael Ray. Just add names to people.
I am.
I'm Michael Ray, and this is my 25th year being a bus driver, and I love it.
I'm Jasmine Wingfield, and I've been here going on 6 years.
I'm Craig Anderson, the Senior Executive Director of Transportation. I'm a 2023 hire. I've been here about 18 months.
So listen, lots of you who are watching, you may just see the yellow buses. Sometimes you see the vans. You think transportation. If you didn't know, transportation is 7 days a week. We have field trips 7 days a week. Sports all the time. I think the first person shows up at transportation around 4:15 a.m. How do I know all this? I used to supervise as the business manager of transportation, and I would get there in the morning to see who was there. And so people are there as early as 4:15, and they're there as late as midnight, 1 o'clock when the last field trip comes. So if you want to work hard, if you want to work around the clock, you want to work in transportation. And that's my way of saying we really appreciate you all. So tell me, what do you like about transporting kids? And anybody can jump in. Actually, I want to hear from Joe since I don't know him that well. What do you like about transporting kids, Joe?
The kids taught me a lot. It's a challenge, to deal with kids. They just taught me, I'm going to speak on anger management because, I would used to think that I ain't got no triggers or anything. And kids, they'll push the buttons. They know what buttons to push, Mm-hmm. So, but I think we got a bright future ahead of us because the kids is the future. Some of them it take a lot to deal with, but we work with them. So
that's really nice of you, Jasmine. What say you?
What do I like about transporting the kids?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like the fact that I get to interact with different kids from all over the place, seeing the different backgrounds. We don't have just one background here. We have kids that come from all different, paths of life. So yeah.
So the diversity of kids. Mm-hmm. Siobhan, what say you?
Well, me personally, like I said, I wasn't a bus driver. I only been a bus driver for 2 years, but what I like about transporting the kids is that I just want to help make a difference. Mm-hmm. I got tired of getting on social media and stuff and seeing people complaining about their kids not having a ride to school, so I wanted to help the problem.
That's Well, I'm glad you're here today. I didn't know that story. That's a heck of a story. And I have to get, I don't have a social, well, I do have a Facebook page, but I like have maybe like 2,000 people who wait for me to accept them. Is that right? Yeah. And so I never go there. I just started it and I never go. So I don't know what they say on social media, but if they're saying bad stuff, I'm glad you're helping.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that the kids got home and got to school.
Michael Ray, the OG, 25.
That's right.
What say you? What do you like about transporting children?
My thing is, I love to come on Monday and see that all the kids have made it through the weekend and back to school.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on in life, like, you'll run into kids and they'll be like, didn't you used to drive the bus? I said, I still do. He said, wow, you still drive the bus? I said, yeah, I'm still driving. I said, yo, you used to be cool. He said, well, it was nice seeing you. So my thing is to see the after effects of maybe you reach some of these kids in their life, you know, later on in life, they still remember you and how you were and how you may have directed them. That's what makes me happy, you know, to see them. Some of these kids are 30-something years old now.
Wow. That's facts. That means you must start it when you were 12, right?
I'm older than you.
Well, I asked for the next person to be on here. I said, Mr. Gray, just get 5 people, but it's somebody I definitely want to be on my podcast. Princess, what is it about transporting children that you enjoy?
So I enjoy the different relationships that I make with the children. Previously, I would have schools that had like children with bad behaviors, but now I love transporting for Montgomery County Learning Center. A lot of those children are judged because of, you know, different situations of how they are. And me personally, I have a child who has behavior issues. And a lot of people look at them differently or treat them differently. So for me, I enjoy being with them the most because, you know, I don't know what they go through at home, but when they get on the bus, sometimes they be angry. And just a simple, good morning, what's wrong? Like, you know, I just talk to them how I talk to my son. But I also learned at driving that sometimes I would be on the bus and I would call him, Jaden, get up now. But I had to learn driving the bus. That's not how we got to approach them. So those children have taught me a lot. So I enjoy driving for them. Like, personally, I enjoy them, children in particular.
Okay.
Yeah, they're special to me.
So I talked to you about the hours, you the audience, about the hours of transportation and what they do and all the things that they do. I'll tell you something else I bet most people didn't know. To get a CDL is not easy. There are several tests involved. You have to study. You have to go out to Huber Heights to take these tests. And then you have to go and be trained to drive the bus. And what's the inspection? How many points is it? 100 and...
Several, yeah.
Yeah, let's say this. You have to know everything about the bus.
The engine, yeah.
You don't just get in like you get in your car and turn it on and turn the wheel. So there's a lot goes into getting the CDL. And so I am looking at a guy to my left who's the Senior Executive Director of Transportation, and he did not come with a transportation background, so he decided to get a CDL. And Mr. Anderson, tell me about that whole experience. And now that you get to drive kids, what do you have to say to the bus drivers?
And as you mentioned, Dr. Lawrence, there's several parts, particularly the engine, the wheels, the tires. There's a lot, even before you can leave the parking lot, to pick up the students that each of our drivers here and all of our drivers do. But it took a while. It's very, very intensive amount of training that took place. All the drivers were very supportive of myself, Mr. Gray, as we went through that process while we were doing our weekly job. So it really prepared us. It really prepared me to go out and be able to manage the bus, pick students up. The two things we do for students, we drive safely and we get them to school efficiently as possible. So the drivers have been very supportive. They may hear me on the radio like, no, you need to do this or that. And the first question you asked this team, I really love the sense of accomplishment every day. We have 2 shifts. The morning, we get them there by 10 o'clock, like, wow, we made it through, no accidents. All the children at school, and then we ramp up and we start over like we will here in about an hour for the afternoon. So that's the main thing. Going through that CDL process was quite challenging. We made it through, and now I'm able to help and jump in when necessary to get students to school and back.
So do you have any more, what's the word I'm going to use, admiration and respect for drivers because they are looking forward driving a vehicle that's many tons with people behind their head. Like teachers can see kids, right? Principals can see kids, but they're behind you, and you're driving a bus. You have any more, let's say respect for the field?
Oh, absolutely. 1,000% my respect for the driver. It's just not a job for everyone. My dad retired as a bus driver
that's
after
right.
General Motors. So I always wonder what he enjoyed about it. And every day, I've known Michael Ray for most of my life. I know now the sense of what they do, the seriousness, and we really appreciate that. We're looking for more drivers, but the team we have now are great. They do a phenomenal job. We just need more of them, and they're helping us recruit. So I have my respect for them is up 1,000% because it's not an easy job. It's just they do it without complaining, without any major issues, and we want to keep going. And we use that when we interview around the community. Like, these are drivers. You can call any of them. They'll help you through that process. So.
Now, I don't have Facebook. I mentioned that. I told you I don't look at it. So I don't pay much attention to the rumor mill. But I do hear some things when I'm out in the streets, right? Going from school to school. And I hear people whispering, transportation, that's his favorite department. And I'm standing on the camera now. I mean, I don't, wink, wink, have a favorite department. But what is it about transportation that it scares people sometimes? We're gonna have a transportation professional development at a building.
Oh yeah, that's scared of us.
Yeah, people start to get scared. What is it about transportation that scares people?
We speak our minds. We speak our truth.
What'd you say,
Yeah,
Princess?
we speak
Y'all
our minds. We speak our truth.
You just say it, right? Bam, in your
I mean,
face,
we don't
right?
mean it. I mean,
It can
the
be.
delivery may be wrong, but we just
We ain't no
don't speak.
pushover.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Joe, you said no pushovers, right?
And a lot of us feel like we're treated the worst, within the district because we're so important, but we don't. Sometimes we don't feel that from everybody else.
Okay.
It just be like, oh, here they come.
Yeah, I
like,
second
is everything
that.
okay?
You doubling down on that, Siobhan?
Cause you can pull up to a school like how we be having to go get extra kids and stuff. Like you could pull up to a school and the kid is late, and then it's like they'd be looking at you like, well, is you gonna get a kid breakfast? And they be looking at us with an attitude like we wrong or something. But
Right.
we supposed to be helping the kids.
Yeah, we set the tone of the day. So
That's a fact.
the thing about
Facts.
we real big on energy. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want nobody disturbing your day. And then as a bus driver, we try to stay focused. So you got a lot of distractions. It makes your job uncomfortable. So it's just, and then you got a lot of backlash from sometimes parents and everything. My child this, my child that. But we people.
Just like everybody else.
We for the people. We people. If I'm saying that right.
You said it right.
People.
Yeah,
We
you
a
said it
people
right.
person people. How
Yeah.
you say it?
People, person.
Something like that.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll edit it up.
Yeah.
We'll spice it up. We'll do the remix of Joe. All right, we got you.
For our profession, we professionals, but and customer service and all that. So we trying to keep everybody safe, and but we ain't gonna take no stuff from nobody. You know what I'm saying? So,
I went to about 5 something. I went to get the latest version of the COVID shot, COVID-19 shot, because I'm around kids all the time, and it had a sign there that said, "The people that you're talking to, the employees, there's someone else loved one too. Like somebody else loves them too. So think about that, when you're talking to them. And so I think we should do that when we're thinking about and having conversations with everybody in the organization, but in particular, drivers. Michael Ray, why are people afraid of transportation? What's up with that?
I think a lot of people have a misconception because we are asked just to do our job. You come to work, you do your job, and you're gonna interact with all your friends in the service, and I think that's one of the most enjoyable things for me because I come in 5 a.m. and say, "Do you ever?" I just come in talking smack. I every day
Yes, you
mess
do.
with people.
Yes, you
every
do.
day, and and I think that's a joy to me.
5 o'clock a.m.
To come in and just have a good time, and then once you get on that bus, it's time to be serious. You know, get these kids. You know, you got to give them. Some of these kids don't eat lunch, eat at home, so you got to come to work every day so they can get to school, so they can get their education and get eat or whatever. And I think that's a major thing with us, that we have to just do our job and quit worrying about the world. Just do your job.
Oh,
Everything will be
man.
great.
I'm going to put that on a T-shirt for the whole district. For the whole district, just do your job.
Just
It's a
do
T.
your
I said
job.
it at convocation. Just come to work every day and come to work every day and do your job.
Can I add one thing?
Absolutely, Joe.
One thing I like the parents who be out there with their kids, who can be out there with their kids. But we be having some smallest itty bitty kids at the bus stop.
Yeah.
And I understand you can't tell a parent how to parent a child, or you can't tell them what they can do and what they can't do. I get all that, but it means the most, because as I'm a father, I got boys, and and I got nieces. I'll be thinking about my nieces and stuff like that. So I appreciate the parents who's really, if they can, and their availability to be there with their kids. You know what I'm saying?
I love what you said. You said if they can.
Yeah.
And then you said we appreciate them. And we do. Jasmine, why people are afraid of transportation? What's that all about? They like transportation.
They not like us.
They not like us at
Oh,
all. They
wait a
like
minute.
us.
That's how I ended convocation.
They not like us at all.
Did you hear that? That's
They
how I
not
ended
like us.
convocation. That was a shout out to you all.
They
not
really,
like
they
us.
really not like us. We put in the hours.
The real
Period.
work.
The real work, and they only see it from the outside. So, like the negativity is gonna come, but they don't see the
Right.
work that's been put in on the back end. They don't
true.
see us picking up kids in schools that's uncovered at 5 o'clock and we don't get home till 7. They don't see
Preach.
us. We see our kids out there with no coats, and they don't see us being generous, buying
going to
kids
bound.
coats
Preach.
and going the extra mile. But
They don't see that. You're right.
they not like
They don't
us.
see us
They
putting
not like
that
You
us.
can't make everybody
They don't
happy.
see that.
They don't
Can't
see
make
They don't see us
everybody
clean
happy.
that bus either.
Yeah, we clean that bus. That'd be crazy.
Princess said you can't make everybody happy.
You can't make everybody
Or did you
happy.
say that, Sean? Somebody said you
Make
can't.
everybody happy. But I know this though, because coming from a different department, from what I used to hear in my experience, like with being in the buildings and stuff, I don't think it was so much of people was scared of transportation. I just think they just didn't like us because they stick together over there. and
We
this and
show
that.
do.
That's
But
what you're
look,
supposed
We
but
a
now that I'm
family.
over here, it's like, oh yeah, they was just tripping. It is not that serious. It is not that serious. They used to be blowing it. You hear all type of rumors throughout
That's
the
one thing
year.
we gonna
That's
stick
what I'm saying.
together.
That's why I called it out on the podcast. You hear all type of stuff around transportation.
Yeah, I agree with that, because I know a lot of folks say, man, you're doing much better. You're doing great. I don't really know that I know much more about transportation. This thing's on the internet. But what I did do is I just built up relationships and go out and just interact and learn and laugh. And it's a great group of folks. It's family oriented. We do stick together. Very helpful as we go through training, or right now we got some staffing challenges, but everyone's pitching in to help out with field trips and picking up students in the morning and afternoon. So that's what I really enjoy. There aren't anything bad over there. It's just folks need to get to know the drivers, the pairs, the mechanics, and the clericals, the routers, the dispatchers, and once they do get to learn them, they love them, as I see.
So, we got to get TVs over there. We have to get our internet going. Hotspots. I need you to remind Rick and Marvin. We need our hotspots, man. But yeah, how's the new transportation center?
It's pretty cool.
I like
Okay.
it.
I love it.
I'm missing karaoke right now to be
Yeah.
here.
We have karaoke
We
on
have
Fridays.
karaoke Fridays.
Really?
Yes.
I love
Okay, Denise, put that on my schedule. Put that on my schedule. We don't have the podcast every Friday.
love
Karaoke, and also
Every Friday.
Every Friday.
Every Friday.
Is there a winner? Like, did somebody win?
No, we just have
We
fun.
just have
We just
fun.
Okay.
fellowship.
Yep, real
Okay.
fellowship.
Before we go back out there on that
Okay.
bus, we having fun.
karaoke. So you get to pick your own music.
Pick your own song. You got to sing it. You
Say
better
less.
do good.
For me, Biggie Smalls. Let's roll with it. Let's roll with it.
Turn it
I'll
down.
be
We
on
can do a
next
little
Friday.
remix real quick.
And,
Club 4280. That's
and to all the bid, whist, and spade players, I am saying this on camera, which will make me have to do it. I'm officially coming next week to do some bid, whist, and spades. So
We play chess, too.
Recognize.
We play chess,
Chess too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Michael, you've been here 25 years.
Yep. My 25th.
These are youngins here, babies.
They are.
Tell me something.
They are.
What have you seen change over that time?
I like the fact that some of these youngsters that's driving the bus now don't really take no stuff, and just to see them in action, and where we kind of slow burners. You know, some of us older kind of slow burners. You know, like we're, you know, kind of like adjust ourselves to the kids, but our youngsters, they don't play that. But that's the thing for me, you know, to see these younger people come in, you know, in their 20s, like, well, I was in my 30s when I started, but in their 20s, and they just doing a fabulous job. I mean, they coming in and getting right with it. Like they say, everybody can't do this job. It takes a special being to do this job. Can be no, you know, they trying to roboticize everything. Can't do that there. Robot will be broke up into 200 pieces outside.
So to the young drivers, you hear that? You hear what he said about y'all? What do you say to that? Is he right?
I'm kind of
Yeah.
old.
I think I'm old too.
Man,
I
I'm
think
old, but
This
I'm a
job
new
did
driver.
make me. I grew up from this. I stopped looking at it as a job. When I first started, it was a job to me. So my attitude was, terrible. But as I matured, this job matured me. So it's my career now. So it made me grow up. So I'm
Yeah.
a different person from 9 years ago, from when I first started. A lot of people see it, a lot of people don't. But it matured me a lot.
You're coming from a non-transportation background, and then you step into this space as the leader. You talked earlier about this briefly. How have they treated you?
They've been great. Everyone from day one has been supportive. They challenge, like, hey, you over there, come over and talk to us and get to know us. That's what I really enjoy. They won't let anyone just be alone. If they're training, they're new on the job, they take you by your arm, like, hey, we're going to help you learn this job. We need you out there, but we want to train you the right way. And that's what I kept
say that one
hearing.
more time.
They want to train you the right way.
Yes, they do a great job of training.
As I was going through that CDL, ascertain my CDL, that's what I kept hearing. Slow down, you'll learn it at your own pace, and we're going to help you there rather than rush through it and then you get on a bus and then there are issues. So very helpful, supportive. We have fun too. I haven't tried to sing yet, but you never know.
Come on over.
When I walk through there and I see that, I sometimes I do a U-turn. But my phone suddenly rings when I see the camera. But it's been great. I have a lot of fun with them. Birthdays, near the holidays, they really get together with
love to
lunches.
eat,
So
though.
Oh man, let it eat.
it's been great.
Let it
It's
eat.
been a great ride with the team over there.
I ask you what you enjoyed about it. I typically ask all the questions, and I don't ask myself a question, but I'm going to do that now. What I enjoyed about it was I knew about transportation through the lens of being a coach, a teacher, and a principal, and all that stuff. But to actually go there and be there all the time, it is without a doubt one of my favorite places. I say this all the time. I know that if there's a record for visits from the superintendent, I got it.
Definitely.
For sure.
Nobody else combined has been there as meeting you. as you.
Yeah. So I love going out there. And one of the things I love about it is that nobody, I shouldn't say it like this, but I am. Nobody cares about titles and degrees. None of that matters, right? You can go there and get the truth, as you all see it, right? Right. And so people they don't wait till you leave. Well, they get you too when you're leaving, but they get you in your face too. And so that's what I really enjoy about it. That I feel like I'm getting people's honest version of how they feel.
Yeah.
And that nobody's trying to pull one over on me or snow me, so to speak. Our final question for today's podcast is: you spoke earlier about parents, you spoke about children, you spoke about each other. If you were recruiting people to come here to Dayton Public Schools, not just drivers, but kids, teachers, electricians, plumbers, custodians, tell me your why. What would you tell them to come to Dayton Public Schools? Why would you tell them to come here? Joe. What would you tell them? Because you seem to enjoy DPS. And today's payday, too, by the way. Today is payday.
Yeah.
what?
To be honest, like I love the job, and I think this job, you know, if it's when you dealing with the people in general, you got a choice: either it's gonna help you or it's gonna make you worse in any situation that you in. So I became a better person when I started this job. I didn't imagine being a bus driver. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even think that was on the schedule, you know. I want to say the Most High put me here because the situation I was in, but I became a bus driver, and it changed. I change every year, so so these some great people, you know. We all family, you know. And I believe everybody is good to get along with. You'll learn something from somebody, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think we too judgmental. We not judgmental people. I think people allow you to be who you are working at DPS. So I'm glad they accept me because I'm going to be me, you know? So, but it's a good job to come to, you know?
Lady C, if we were making a commercial to say come to DPS, why would you tell them to come to DPS?
I would tell them to come because it's just a convenient job. Like, you off every holiday.
Oh, my snap.
You don't got to work on the weekend.
Oh, my
if
God.
You don't want to.
If you don't want to.
Yeah,
it's routes on Saturday and Sunday.
Great benefits.
Great benefit. Well, yeah, kind of. But
Getting better.
Yeah,
We're working on
It's getting
We're
better.
working on it.
But anytime, like, if you got kids, it's just good, period. Because anytime your kid's not in school, you don't have to work.
And I heard you say my alarm went off for my nap. You said I can actually drive, take a nap, and come back.
Yeah.
Don't mess up your nap. But
Sure
it's
can.
Friday night,
But
so you can
it's
stay
just
up late.
like all over the board though. Like every department, no weekends. Like how it beats working in a factory. I'm not standing up all day for $17 an hour.
I got you.
This is chilled and laid back. I ain't gonna hold you.
Princess, if we had a commercial, how would you sell DPS? Walk me through it.
Let's see.
Oh, you see that? Let's see.
No, DPS is really like with children, best job for you, no matter what department. I mean, transportation, of course, we the littest, but
Green flag.
but like, I mean, it's really good for a person with children. Like when I started, my children were younger. I didn't have to find a babysitter. My coworkers were the bomb. They would see my children getting ready to cross Danner because I was at work. My coworkers was picking my children up. Princess, we got your package. So it's great. Like you got the help. We ain't got to pay no babysitters or to get our children. It's a good job. I mean, longest one I'd have never had, and I ain't going nowhere.
And I have
I'm gonna stick to silence.
Absolutely, Joe. You can add something else.
I ain't gonna. I've been dating Ohio majority of my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I'm DYT, but one thing about this job, you get to see places you ain't seen before. And
that's right.
And I'm gonna be honest. This is the first time I had a job like this where I really seen majority of the city so far. So, yeah.
That's a fact. Most people don't drive all over the city.
You don't. And
They
you
stay
see
in
all
their
these
neighborhood.
streets and be like, what? Where that street come from? And they're all
exactly.
your life.
And the driver, they know every street too. It's amazing.
I've been here my whole life. I'm just learning some new streets and everything.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's a fact. Facts.
seeing different, my bad. I just
No, you good. You good, man. I appreciate the input. Jasmine, you came in quiet, but you talking now. Tell me, if we were selling DPS and saying, come on and work here, what would you tell people?
They not like us.
They not. What you want me to come out to next year?
I would tell them. I don't know what I would tell
Come on,
them.
yeah.
We straight green flags over here.
Mm-hmm.
Like we are a family. DPS is really a family. Like
glad you said
my daughter
that.
don't even go to the district. Nothing against y'all, but we just live elsewhere.
Right.
But she don't go to the district, and my coworkers been looking out for my child more than my family do. Like
Okay.
they'll make sure if my daughter's school running late, 2-hour delay, if somebody get off earlier than me, they'll take her to school. Like I love my job.
That's a good.
If you want to come over here,
Yeah.
you want some good benefits, good pay, and all of that, come on over to Death Row
You
Records.
just, you just gave me the title for the podcast. Like I make it up as the podcast goes. So PIO, I just got it. I can't wait to say it. Michael Ray, what say you? We're gonna have you on a commercial for driver recruiting.
Look,
What's the
I'ma
reason
tell
to
you.
come to DPS? Walk me through it.
I'm gonna tell you.
Say it.
Some of the great relationships I've built is the tremendous people that I work with. I mean, I'd be so happy to get out of my car in the morning. I said, I'm about to go see my people. I clock in, coming in, first person I see, I'm pushing them or hitting them or doing something.
Yeah, I get beat up every morning.
Every day.
Every morning.
So that's the part I love. I mean, the family, the family type of thing. Now we may have every family gonna have their little at odds. Or something.
For sure.
We have our
I've had to deal with some of them.
Let some food hit the table. Everybody done knock that out the way. Some food hit the table. We having a carry in.
I'm telling you.
We the best of friends in the
I'm
world at
telling
that
you.
time. And you know, I just like I said, the relationship you build over the years, and anybody that's out there that wanna just come into a great place to work, like they said, you can make nice amounts of money if you want to.
Good
It's up to
money.
you.
Good money.
Good money.
Good money.
The benefits ain't bad at all. The people, like I said, for me, I love the people. Man. I am a people person, and these are the people that I love to be around. They are. Sometimes you might get, some people might get a little bit. Like my friend, I can tell when she don't want to be bothered. She come in with that dog on her face. Oh, ain't gonna mess with me. But yeah, we it's a great place to work. It's diverse. I mean, we got a lot of people. These mothers out here. I love to see these mothers handling their own kids. Going, you got women taking their kids to football practice and all that kind of stuff. I think that's just a joy to see the people that work here and the different things that they do, and you can learn from a lot. I can learn. Much as intelligent as I am, I can even listen to Jasmine. I can listen to
It wasn't that funny.
But yeah, it's a great place to work, people.
Mess.
What you tell me the other day?
What I say?
This the best job I ever had in my life.
Ever, man.
I gotta agree with you. I gotta agree with you because I done went through a lot of it.
Craig Anderson, close it out.
I really love what we do here. We're part of developing future leaders that could, replace us one day as we mold the students, the children, into maturing into adulthood. We play a very important part in that process, and then we get them to school where they take it even a step further. That's why I think we would love more people to help us, and we continuously improve. That's what we need. But that's the biggest thing we're doing. We're shaping the future of Dayton elsewhere by helping the students get to school so they can learn and carry out the vision and mission that you have so aptly provided us with. So that's what I enjoy most about it. That's why I'm hoping we can get others that feel the same to join us, and we can become even better and bigger.
Well, you heard it straight from transportation. My folks, this is episode 2 of the 2024 series of DPS The Next Level. This title is going to be Family. We're out.